A very good afternoon to all the students of class 10. And now I take on the third poem, that is How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells. So a little information on the poet. Carolyn Wells was an American writer and poet. She was born on 18th June 1862 in the United States of America, and she died on 26th March 1942 in New York. She is remembered largely for her popular mysteries, for her children's books, and for her humorous verse and parodies too. Okay, now this poem is a humorous poem. It generates humor. It tells us how we can identify different animals if we come across them. And animals like the tiger, animals like the lion, then the chameleon and the hyenas and the bear. So all these animals, if we come across, how can we identify the animals? By their traits, by their features. And each, like we human beings, we talk about individuality. Each one is an individual. So each animal also, the species, is an individual. And they have their own features. They have their own characteristics. So in a humorous way, the poet has taught us how to identify these animals. The poet talks about all these places which are on the eastern side. All the places that are on the eastern side. Okay, I will read the poem and explain it side by side. If ever you should go by chance if you happen to go to the jungle in the east, if you get an opportunity, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast. So if you happen by chance to go to a forest in the east, and when you see a tawny beast, a beast is a carnivorous animal. Tawny over here means brownish and yellow in color. So that is, what can we say? The next line tells us what animal it is. If he roars at you as you're dying. So if you happen to be in a forest by chance and you see a beast, tawny, who is yellow and brownish in color and who has a fearful roar. If you see such an animal advancing towards you, coming towards you, and you hear the roar that makes you die. You know, the roar is only so dangerous that if he roars at you as you're dying in fear, what will you come to know? You will know that it is the Asian lion, a lion that belongs to the continent Asia. So, if by chance you happen to be in a forest and if you see this yellowish brownish colored beast coming towards you, advancing towards you, you can imagine what condition it will be. So that create that image in your mind when you're dying of fear, looking at that animal advancing towards you. And the roar only makes you die. It's so frightening. And then you will know from its roar, you will know from its color that this beast is an Asian lion. Okay. What is a beast actually? It's a large, dangerous, four-footed animal. And we also use it in another context, beast of burden. Beast of burden are those animals that carry a lot of weight or pull a lot of weight for human beings. Like you have a camel also, not camel, sorry. You have a donkey, you have a mule. These are animals, or an ox also for that matter. Donkeys, mules and ox who do carry a lot of weight for human beings. So those animals are called beasts of burden because they have to carry a lot of burden. They have to carry a lot of weight. Okay. But this beast that we're talking about, the Asian lion, is a carnivorous, four-footed animal who can be very, very dangerous. Okay. The next lines. Or if sometime when roaming around, you're just roaming around, strolling around, a noble wild beast greets you. with black stripes on a yellow ground. Just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. So the next animal that the poet takes on is, if sometime you're roaming around and you happen to face a noble wild beast. Noble. Usually we talk about noble people who are virtuous people, who are grand people, but then a noble beast. Why has the word noble been specified over here? Noble would mean, you know, a very grand, very majestic, splendid, elegant. That's what the tiger is. The first look that you have, what an elegant animal, what a majestic animal, very grand, very stately, okay? A magnificent animal and a majestic look. And so that is why the word noble fits in very well over here. A noble, though it's a wild beast, but noble because the get-up of this animal, it's so grand and magnificent, splendid, elegant. It greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground. So the fur is yellow and there are prominent black stripes or lines on its fur. Just notice if he eats you, and if he eats you, he wants to devour you, kill you, then the simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern, to judge that this animal, such an animal is called the Bengal tiger. You know, to discern means to judge well or to detect with the senses, especially with the eyes, or to comprehend with the mind. Discern means, you know. So to judge properly, perceiving at the animal through eyes and also thinking in your mind, judging, to comprehend with the mind that this is actually the Bengal tiger. Majestic but dangerous. Okay, so the simple rule to identify a tiger would be that when he, a noble wild breed with black stripes, the color, the outward, the bodily features. So black stripes on a yellow ground, and immediately it only attacks you to eat you, to finish you. So this simple rule will tell you that it is the Bengal tiger. Next one. If strolling forth, a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you. Now, the next animal that we come across, that we are strolling, taking a stroll or a leisurely walk, and suddenly there's a beast, this wild animal in view. You can see that wild animal, and what do you see? Whose hide? Hide for animals, for the skin we use the word hide. So whose hide is with spots is peppered. What is pepper? Black pepper you have. So these are small dots, you know. So the spots that are there, these black spots that are there on this animal. So you will be able to recognize how as soon as he has leapt on you. So that is the quality of this animal, to leap. And you know, they have this huge strides that a leopard takes before it runs, you know. And the main thing is about the leaping. As soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain, he'll only leap and leap again. Now, there is no point in, crying out in pain or trying to show your displeasure or your agony or your fear, your anxiety or pain, nothing. Because he'll only leap and leap again. Again and again, he will keep on leaping. So what is the quality of the leopard? To leap and leap again. Now here, I would like to point out in the third line, he has leapt on you. The spelling of leapt, L-E-P-T, A is missing. Leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard, and 'twill do no good to roar with pain, cry out in pain, the excruciating pain that is caused when the animal attacks. He'll only leap and leap again. Now this is leap. Here, again, the A is missing. He will only leap and leap again because that is the feature of the leopard. So there's no point in crying out, and that is how you come to know it is a leopard. Two characteristics. One is that it has spots on its body, okay, black spots on its body. And the second one, the trait is to keep jumping on to the a person that the leopard attacks, to repeatedly jump on. Now, over here, I would just like to tell you Okay, some little information that sometimes poets take the liberty of liberties with language, you know, and like in this particular lines, as you see, instead of lep, that A is missing, the spelling is different. And lep and lep, again the A is missing. So at times the poets do take liberties with language. And this feature of the poets, this is called poetic license. They have the license to do this little change here and there. And why do they have to do it? Sometimes to create proper rhyming and rhythm of the poem. Otherwise, when it doesn't fall into, when the word doesn't fall into place, it spoils the whole rhythm and rhyme of the poem. So that is poetic license. Just as we have over here lep and lep again, because they want the words to rhyme. I'll give you another example. Sometimes, for example, a poet poet uses the word kirk, K-I-R-K, for church, because he has to rhyme that with work. So instead of church, he will use the word kirk, and then that will rhyme with work. Another example I can give you is like a poet uses the word ken, is used for seeing, for see, to rhyme with pen. So this is poetic license that a poet takes, and they have that freedom to do that in order to maintain the rhyme and rhythm of the poem. Okay. The quality of leaping, that is springing again and again, to spring upon something, you know, to jump. Okay. Next one. If when you're walking round your yard, you know, in your backyard, in your compound, you meet a creature there, you know, so the creature has moved up close to the house or the yard, who hugs you very hard, be sure it is a bear. Now, outwardly it seems a bear's hug, you know, it can seem to be the very friendly hug, but no, a bear's hug is not friendly. Why? Because it embraces and hugs so tightly and tries to kill its victim like that, in that embrace, in that tight hug, to almost suffocate and choke and kill the victim. So if you have this kind of an animal, you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, don't be taken in by that hug, don't be taken in by that embrace. You have to be sure that it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he'll give you just one more caress. So if you're doubtful about it, there will be no scope for doubting, because again the bear will give you a very a caressing touch. A caressing touch means a very gentle, loving touch. But this is not true, because basically the bear also has its ways of killing its victim. Okay. Okay. Imagine you meet a creature you're meeting. The word meet says, you know, as if it's a very friendly, you're coming across and you're meeting somebody, okay? And you don't expect that suddenly, you know, that that hug or that embrace, the bear's hug, is going to take its toll and it's going to take your life, you know. All right, we move on. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. So, a novice. Novice is a newcomer, a new person who is not trained to find out about these animals, who doesn't know anything about these animals. To distinguish beasts of prey, to differentiate between these beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus, might get confused. Nonpluses might get confused in identifying them. But it's very easy to find out about these two creatures. The crocodile you always may tell from. How? Because if a crocodile tries to eat you or swallow you, or the minute it opens its jaws, what happened? There are tears that fall from the crocodile's eyes. Now, these are not genuine tears. They are crocodile tears. Magarmach ke aansu bahana. And it's not because it's devouring you, it's eating you, or it's killed you that it's feeling bad, so tears are streaming down. No, it's not like that. It's when the crocodile opens its jaws. So when it opens its jaws, automatically water trickles down from their eyes. So even a novice, I mean, there will be no confusion. Why? Because it's very easy to tell the difference between these, some of the creatures. Like the crocodile, you can identify at once because of its tears. And a hyena also you can identify at once because of its merry smiles. The structure of the face, the way it shows its teeth, and the expression on the face seems to be as if it's smiling. That is why in the sounds of animals also we have hyenas laugh. You know, so it's a very smiling and laughing thing, but we cannot be taken in by that because they are easily distinguished because of these features. The crocodile tears and the hyena's smile or the hyena's laugh, that expression on the face of the hyena. Now, beasts of prey over here are animals that kill other animals for food, carnivores as we said. Okay. Now, there is a novice might nonplus. Now, the right form, there is a word missing here. The line, it should be a novice might be nonplussed. That should have been the correct English. But again, we say that the poet has used his poetic license to play with words hither and thither in order to maintain the rhyme and rhythm of the poem. Okay. Now we go on. Okay. So it's not difficult to identify a hyena or a crocodile when they come up to you. Okay. Because a crocodile will come to you with tears in his eyes, because when his mouth is opened, automatically the tears will come out to eat you. So at once you know it's a crocodile, dangerous, move away. Okay, and a hyena will come with that laugh, with a happy smile on its face. Okay. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, 'tis the chameleon you see. So, to judge a chameleon, the poet has given various features. That the true chameleon, means the real chameleon, is small in size. It's like a lizard sort of thing, from the lizard family kind of thing. And he has no ears at all. And not a single wing, no wings attached. If there is nothing on the tree, if you notice on the bark of the tree, if there is nothing on the tree, 'tis the chameleon you see. Now, this is a very basic quality of a chameleon, to camouflage itself. You know, a chameleon changes colors. When it's on the bark of a tree, it will become brown in color. When it's amidst flowers and things like that, it changes its color, red, green. So, it has the ability to change its colors in order to camouflage. And that is for the safety of the chameleon. God has blessed him with that, with this quality, so that it can be saved from any kind of danger. And in Hindi also we have this girgit ki tarah rang badalna. You know, when people change, when people are very fickle and they change too often and too fast, then we say girgit ki tarah rang badalna. Okay, because a chameleon does change colors according to its background, where it is, in order to camouflage and be safe. Okay. So if you see nothing on a tree, you feel there's nothing on a tree, but actually there is a chameleon there, and you have to look very intensely. Okay, look very intensely with a lot of focus, and then you will be able to identify the chameleon and on the bark. Okay, it can be certain that it is a chameleon. Okay. With that, we come to the end of the poem. It's a short poem, a little humorous poem. Just as we have, you know, the way we are going to meet these animals, you know, an animal greets you. In this we have, when you meet a creature who hugs you, okay. Okay, that's it, children. I think I move on to the question and answers, because the poem is not very, very difficult. Okay, first question. Does dine really rhyme with lion? Can you say it in such a way that it does? Yes, the word dine. We're not saying dying. The word dine, you shorten it. The word dine can rhyme with lion if we pronounce it as dine. Okay, how does the poet suggest that you identify the lion and the tiger? When can you do so according to her? So a lion is a large tawny beast, the yellow brownish shade of its fur, while a tiger has black stripes on its yellow coat. According to the poet, they can be identified. The word leapt and lep, I've already told you about that, corrected that A is missing. The first word should have been leapt and the next one should have been leap. But that is the poetic license that has been taken in order to keep the rhyme and rhythm intact. Okay. And maybe the poet has kept this word short, lep, to show the intensity and the quickness of the leap. When the leopard is jumping or springing immediately. So that could be another reason. One is poetic license, of course, and that is to show the quickness of the sudden attack, and then he leapt and leapt. I mean, it didn't take any time for it to leap and leap again. So maybe the words have been kept short because of that also. Do you know what a bear hug is? It is a friendly, strong hug, such as bears are thought to give as they attack you. This is not true. It is not a friendly hug. It is a form of attacking and immobilizing the victim, so that the victim can't move at all because he's in the tight grip or the tight embrace of the bear. So the victim gets immobilized and cannot run or cannot save himself. And then finally the bear kills it. Okay. Look at the line, a novice might nonplus. I've already corrected it for you. Why is the poet incorrect line better in the poem? The correct form should be a novice might be nonplussed. The poet line sounds better because he makes it rhyme with tell from the hyena thus. That is why the poetic license has been used. Okay. A noble wild beast greets you, or if sometime when roaming around, a noble wild beast greets you. Yes, stanza 2. Please take on stanza 2, the second line. Or if sometime when roaming around, a noble wild beast greets you. Now this greeting you is a little funny because a beast will never greet. It will only attack. So the way it has been written and the way it has been created, so there's a little humor over there because no wild beast will greet you kindly or lovingly. They will only attack. Okay. So then the other one is stanza 3, in which we had the lep and lep again. So that is also humor, the quickness and the springing again and again of the leopard. Okay. All right. And the chameleon has a great feature of changing colors. Okay. How can you tell a lion from a Bengal tiger? Again, it's a repeat. It has a large body, tawny coat. Bengal tiger has black stripes on its yellow coat. A lion roars. When it falls upon a prey, a tiger attacks silently. They're lurking around. Like in the previous poem, we said they're lurking around and without making a sound, they just pounce. They just attack the victim or their prey. But a lion always roars when it falls upon its prey. How can you tell a tiger from a leopard? Simple. It has a yellow coat with black stripes, and a leopard doesn't have any stripes. It has black dots on its body, spots on its body. Okay. Another major difference is a tiger kills only when it's hungry. But a leopard may kill even for fun, in order to enjoy, for pleasure also, But a tiger kills only when it is hungry. What will a bear do when it attacks you? A bear catches hold of the victim and hugs him very hard. And in case the victim struggles to get free, the bear gives him another hug. until the victim gives up. So there's no point in crying out. How can you distinguish a crocodile from a hyena? A crocodile weeps as it comes to you. Why? As it comes to you means because it's opening its mouth, ready to devour you, attack you. So automatically when the tears begin to roll, you can understand. And it sheds proverbial crocodile tears. You know, there's a proverb, magarmach ke aansu. So this is a proverbial crocodile tears. On the other hand, a hyena only smiles merrily as it comes to you. The expression on its face is as if it's smiling and laughing, but actually it's coming to attack you. How does the poet describe a chameleon? The poet says that a true chameleon looks like a small lizard. It has no ears, it has no wings. And the great quality in the chameleon is God has blessed it with the ability to change colors. And that is to camouflage itself and to save itself. So that is the safety mode for the chameleon, to be able to change colors. Okay. So I think the text should be clear, and I've tried to do most of the question answers with you. So thank you very much for watching. God bless you.